Welcome back, my AI experimenters, my scientists. Well, we're here in Controller Voice, and I'm just trying out different things here. We are going to play around with the functionality that allows you swap your voice with a tenor sax, with a violin, saxolin. What on earth is that? Okay, a combination. Talk box, trumpet, electric funk guitar, and a Bansari flute. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to bring up Nero Wave Editor, where I will record my initial vocals. And when I'm done with Nero Wave Editor, I am going to import what I do in here. I'm going to import that into Voice Controller. So let's get started. Okay, looks like we got ourselves a deal. And we are going to import this into Controller. Just going to call it Instrument Impersonation. It's all saved. Now we go to Voice Controller, Controller Voice. So when you get into Controller Voice, you click on My Controller, Swap Voice, and we're going to select some instruments here. Let's select, first of all, I'm curious about the trumpet. So let's go to Instruments. Instruments first. And we're looking for the trumpet. Okay, well, this should be fun. Let's check it out. And let's drop our file in here. Instrument impersonation. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and see what it's going to do. Swap voices. It's going to cost me 77 credits. Convert vocal. Let's give it a few moments and see what it can do. All right. It seems like it's done. Let's listen. Maybe to make a little bit more sense out of it, I should probably play, how about a jazz ballad? A jazz ballad in C minor, because I think I was really in C minor. Yeah. Well, well, my friends, that didn't sound bad, if I might say so myself. A little bit of interpolation between Suno and voice controller. Remember, the initial instrument was a voice, right? I impersonated that trumpet. Well, next, I think I'm gonna try impersonating a saxophone. So let's do the same thing. I am going to. I wonder what it would do though if I didn't make any changes. Because, in my trumpet impersonation, I try to build that in. But I'm not sure if it would transition as nicely with a tenor sax. For a tenor sax, it might be on a lower octave. So let me make it a little bit lower. Let's go to -12. And let's check it out. Let's see how well it does. As opposed to me doing it all over again for a sax. Let's just hit swap voices. Let's convert for 77 credits. And we're going to give it a few seconds. As you can see, it's queued over here. And let's see how well it impersonates a tenor sax. Now, if I was going to impersonate a tenor sax, there will be squeaks and squeals and, a lot of static. And that's probably what I'm going to have to do eventually. But let's try this out. Reduce to -12 with the pitch shift, because a tenor sax is more that down there range, not like a trumpet range. So let's try that out. And okay, it's ready. So this is going to be fun. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Let's check it out. So it's not bad, but it's not giving me a good sax vibe. I'm probably going to have to do this in Nero again, and this time tailor the vocal more to a saxophone. So it would sound more like this. Let's change to Nero. All right, and let's get the key. Something along those lines. Okay. All right. Seems like we got some growling. It's probably bordering more into the baritone range. And I got sucked into the Love Supreme vortex and couldn't find my way back to the key I'm supposed to be on. But this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. All right, let's check it out. So let's go back to voice controller. Follow me on this journey. Okay. We got something hanging over there. I don't know what that is. Okay, there we go. And let's browse. Find the sax impersonation. Make it a tenor sax. Okay. And let's hit swap voices. Okay. Convert vocal. Let's give it a few seconds and see what happens. All right. It's cued. It's working its magic. I think when you're doing different instruments, you have to get into their range and texture for this to work well. Otherwise, you have some that sounds like a cross between a voice and a sax, and I don't think that's as helpful. But here we go. Let's check it out. Okay. I think that was fun. I don't think that was a bad attempt. Not bad. Now, if you had some other keyboard instrument and you brought it in, it would definitely sound a lot more, like a tenor sax. And for it to convert from voice to tenor sax, not bad at all. All right, let's see what else we've got here. I think We have 7 instruments. We got violin. We got, okay, funk guitar will definitely be different. Flute, maybe. Let's try the flute. Let's swap. Convert vocal. We'll give it a few moments. So you heard what I put in the beginning. The Bansuri flute, I'm guessing the range, this might be on the lower range for flute. I should probably have used my initial upload for trumpet. That might have sounded maybe more in the flute range, and I can always do that. You know, I can always add a file. Yeah, I can always do that instead. So I can have this cooking as well. So we can have two ideas running. So let me click on that as well. 77 credits, convert vocal. So I have a couple of instruments queued. So one is the Bansuri flute with the lower range, and then one with the higher range. All right, let's check it out. Okay, very interesting. Let's try the higher octave one. All right. Well, my friends, we've come to the end of our experiments. I hope you found it to be interesting. Just taking a look and seeing how you could replace your voice with an instrument. So we tried out 3 of them. I guess next time we'll try out the violin. I would like to try out the violin and maybe the funk guitar. But all in all, not a bad experiment. The last time we worked on this stuff, I used a vocal file, and I used my clone voice just to see how well it would hold up. So I guess next time I will use a different voice so that you can hear how good the original voices are. You have royalty-free voices. There are 510 of them. That's a whole lot of voices, to be honest. So, it's going to be interesting trying some of these out.
My mama don't like you and she likes everyone.
So these are some of the voices you could try on your...
Compare with Flaming Loud.
Very Jolene-ish.
When the night's here, I don't do this, baby, no chance.
So, I haven't even explored any of these. It's gonna be interesting.
Estoy arriba en un balcón gritándote desde la playa. Dice que nada me llena y que pena todo me falla. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, I needed money of my own, so I started slaying. Babe, I know you've walked a mile.
Okay.
Tell you that you're beautiful, gorgeous every day.
So, I know the way most people think, especially a lot of our, AI experimenters or scientists, they want to use their own voice. So this is Tricky Philly the voice, the clone that I created. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more experiments with it, but this is just getting my feet more and more into the tool. All right, my friends, thanks for cooking with me today. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.